Hey guys, so this afternoon we are joined here with one of the rising star, right? Karen just joined the team. So Karen, how long have you been? How long did you join the team?
A little less than a year now.
A year, like exactly how long ago?
8 months.
8 months. So it's been 8 months. In the last 8 months, do you know how many closings you have? How many homes have you sold in the first 8 months?
About 8.
8.
Yeah.
So you do about one home. You sold about one house a month.
Yes.
Okay, and before we met, you were with a different real estate office, right? So, and you're working also as part of a team before.
Right.
Okay, you mind sharing a little bit? So we are talking to people who's listening to this video, Karen, are real estate agents just like you. Most of them either solo agent or at the moment they're with a different team and they feel like they still have to do door knocking, cold calling, they try everything, but then it seems like they get stuck. So those are the audience that's listening to this. If you were to speak to this, so it's like talking to yourself about a year ago, what will what's the difference between being part of that team and being part of Team New Vision?
I think the difference is the trainings that we have here in the office. So we have trainings Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. So for about the first 6 months, I was consistently going to trainings every single day, asking a lot of questions, being very proactive, and then also shadowing other agents. So helping them with showings or going with them to appointments, seeing how they work. So it really helped me, understand the whole entire process.
So the biggest difference you're mentioning, one of them is training. Right. So as you know, every office is gonna promise, is gonna say, well, we have training. There is not a single office gonna be no training, I think. But can you explore, like, what kind of training that are we talking about? Like, what's the main difference between this training? Because even the board, right? The Arcadia board, the St. Gabriel, every board have training. Everybody in real estate, we have abundance of training. But how's the training different?
The difference is we use like real life scenarios. We also go through the contracts. We understand how to negotiate when we're in escrow, how to talk to the different parties in escrow. So you get a first-hand feel of going through the entire process.
And who does the training? That's most important too, right? Number one, what kind of training and who does the training?
Right.
Because most people, the training is done by somebody who never even sold a house or failed to sell a house. In our team, the training is basically just you and I. It's me. There is nobody else. And then, other than that, we talk about in the seminars, Karen. I talk about when you join the team, no cold calling, no. What did I say? No cold calling, no prospecting, no door knocking.
Right.
How's your experience before we meet and after we meet in regards to that?
So before we met, I was with another team. I was doing a lot of cold calling, a lot of door knocking for the first 6 months of my real estate career, and I didn't close any deals. It's really tiring trying to call and then you get rejected. So I felt like it didn't work.
But I'm just curious, like who do you call before?
Expireds,
Okay.
for sale by owners,
Okay.
just listed, just sold.
Okay. And you were doing that daily for the first 6
Daily.
months.
I was doing role playing in the morning with another agent just to practice, and then we would start cold calling actual leads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your life before. And then after, what happened? How's your first 6 months in the team?
It's great.
Yeah, like exactly.
So-
Because sometimes it sounds too good to be true. So that's why the reason we are doing this video series, Karen, I want people to hear directly from you, because otherwise people think it's too good to be true. Yeah.
So here we get appointments set up. You just have to show up. You have to be on time. You either show them the house or they come into our office, and it's just that simple.
So you focus now, so before you spend most of your time prospecting, door knocking, cold calling. Today you spend 100% of your time actually servicing the clients, right? So who benefits that way? Think about it. Number one, obviously the clients. The clients feel they always have you, right? And that's how you get a lot of referrals, you get a lot of happy clients, repeat business.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, you have more time and you can close more deals. And so if you were to speak to yourself 1 year ago, what advice would you tell yourself? Because the people who's listening was people just like you a year ago.
My advice?
Yeah, if you were to talk to yourself, if you look at the camera and talk to yourself a year ago, what would you tell yourself? What message will you, if I can send this video to you last year, what would it be?
Join the team.
Join the team, that's it?
Yeah, join Rudy's team.
Okay.
Everything is here set up for every agent that, you know, you just have to show up, you have to work hard, you have to be very aggressive, and...
Wait, hold on, I don't want people to misunderstand. When you say be aggressive, what do you mean?
Be aggressive and close the deal.
Close the deal, because mainly all we
That's all you
focus,
have to do.
all we focus is just that,
Yeah.
nothing else. How's your typical day looks like? You know, because what time do you wake up?
Around 8.
So what time you come to training?
8:30.
8:30, and then what time we finish?
Around 9:30.
And then what's the typical day looks like after that?
Then I start doing follow-up. So I just ask clients if they want to go look at homes. See if
Follow-up means not calling. Just to clarify,
Yeah, just-
follow-ups are people who, the
I'm already
clients,
working
you're
with
already
them.
working with them.
Right.
Okay.
So following up with my escrows, making sure everything is smooth, just making sure the clients are happy.
So you actually 100% of your time focus on servicing the clients. Do you have any other expense, your first 8 months, is there any expense like, because some people say, okay, Karen don't do no cold calling, no prospecting, no door knocking. That means maybe Karen spend money on advertising, postcard, stuff like that. What's your main expense your first 8 months? What's your expenses? I guess that's the question.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No expenses.
Maybe just MLS, right? You pay your MLS.
Oh yeah, MLS, Supra, Remax.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's it. Okay, thanks guys.